guys, it's your girl Sharon Strong, and today we're going to be having a very special guest on my channel. His name is Sandhu, and he is from Team Boss. For those of you associated with bodybuilding and fitness, definitely know about him. But for those of you who don't, Harry is an international coach and a personal trainer who has trained dozens of international athletes, right from amateur to pro, and putting the best physiques on stage and making sure that most of them take home first place. So I myself was coached by Harry for my bikini competition back in May, and hands down it was one of the most excellent experience and a learning curve in my journey. So let's move on and talk to him. Harry, thanks for taking the time to be here, and welcome to Sharon Strong YouTube channel.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yes, it's really wonderful to have you here, and looking forward to you sharing your thoughts on the topics that I have for us today. And I'm definitely sure that a major chunk of my audience will definitely benefit from it. So before we get started, would you like to tell the audience about like what you do with respect to your online coaching and your training?
Sure. Okay. I'll give a bit of a background about myself as well, so that sort of sets the scene for everyone.
Yes.
I come from Chandigarh in India, and I've been doing this thing for nearly. This might make me sound very old, but I've been doing this thing for. I think I should use the year instead of saying how many years I've been doing it for. I've been doing this thing since 95, 96.
Okay.
So I've been doing this thing for nearly 20 years.
Wow, that's.
And I started back there, and then I moved to Australia in 1998, and I've been doing this ever since. And my career has progressed and changed in a few different ways. You know, I started as most people who start in the fitness industry. You start as a general. I started I was a member of the gym, a very small gym. It was barely, I think, 500,000 square feet in India. I was a member. Then I started helping the members there. We only had probably 100, 150 members in that gym, if that at all. And then I moved to Australia. Then I was working as a gym instructor, then a trainer. And then, gradually, I always had that interest in. My initial goal was to work with with the Indian cricket team.
Oh wow!
So I went and did a degree. Then I went and did a degree in exercise and sports science from Melbourne. I live in Melbourne. I'm based in Melbourne. I've been here for the last 18 years, since 1998. So I did a degree in exercise and sports science. I majored in sports nutrition. That's my formal qualifications, and along the way, I've done a few certifications and a few diplomas and all that. But my major qualification is degree in exercise and sports science. Hopefully, one day I'll get to masters and PhD. We'll see. It depends. How much time I have. Then I worked as a strength and conditioning coach as well for a couple of local sporting teams here in Melbourne. And physique transformations was always a major part. And the ironic thing is, I've been transforming physiques for nearly 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
But I think I only started documenting from last 2 or 3 years. I only started taking before and after pictures, until somebody said, hey, you've got to start documenting
you should be doing
all
this.
Yeah. Otherwise, how are you going to make your business grow? And I was like, shit, I've nearly wasted probably 200-300, if not more, transformations that I never bothered taking any pictures. And I'm still very bad at, documenting my own clients. I very rarely take pictures myself of my clients, but it's an integral part of this business, because it's like what you see is what sells, essentially. It's your biggest marketing in this industry is, number one, is the results you provide, deliver, and then yourself and how you look yourself and what you deliver. So currently my major area of work is primarily twofold. I do threefold. I still do a lot of one-on-one training. I do a lot of one-on-one coaching here in Melbourne.
Okay.
Majority of my clients are all competitors. They all compete, whether bikini, figure, fitness, bodybuilding, or whatever. And then a lot of people who come to me for just physique transformations as well.
Okay.
So at this point in time, my clientele is I've got a lot of online clients here in Australia, a huge chunk of clients in the US. I do quite a bit of work in NPC and IFBB there. Then I've also got a few clients in Dubai, as you probably already know. So I've got a few in Dubai. So there are a few more coming on board as well, thanks to you. So yeah, no, I think you sort of helped me break that ice, so that was wonderful. Thank you for that.
Yes.
And then I think it's a pretty known fact amongst everyone that I've got a huge client base in India.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate in regards to the response I've had in India. Look, you're always going to have few people who sort of detract you and who won't like you for whatever reasons. But by and large, I've always had a very positive response.
That's good.
So now I do mainly, it's a lot of online. Good 75% of my business is online coaching, and out of that, a lot of my clients are actually trainers themselves. So which makes my job a lot easier because they all know how to train. So a lot of people asking, hey, so how do you teach them to train? So I'm fortunate that my clientele is they're all pretty much trainers. 90% of my online clients are trainers.
Yeah.
And then the other significant part of my business is obviously public speaking. I travel the world delivering courses, all over the world. Mainly on anything fitness related, nutrition, training. I mean, every year in India, I'll probably do at least 2-3 tours. I've done UK as well.
Yeah.
And then I've been to US as well. And then I'm going to India again next month. So I just released one city, so I'll be releasing other cities as well in the next couple of weeks. So that, and then I do a bit of public speaking, motivational speaking as well with the corporate sector as well. That doesn't come much on the Facebook because that's completely different sector altogether. So that's a lot of like sort of through references and all that. So that is all. In sort of in a succinct way, it's all online coaching and then just delivering seminars and workshops. And that's pretty much what I do.
Okay, so now I think we all know Harry a little more better.
Yes.
So to jump right into it, let's move on to my first question that I have for you,
Sure.
which is actually regarding one of the articles that I saw on your Facebook page, which I found
Sure.
very, very interesting. So it goes by that a lot of people believe that squat is the king of exercises and they swear by it, okay? But by the article that I saw on your page, I found very fascinating and eye-opening that you had different views about it and different opinion on it. So can you talk about that? Can you tell us what you think about the squats, and is it really the best exercise for leg development?
Sure, I think that's a fantastic question, and there is no simple answer for that. A lot of exercise and a lot of training has to be sort of customized to your client's goals. And what I mean by that is not one size can't fit all and shouldn't fit all. So let's first say, okay, where squats are relevant, okay, for people who are relevant. So let's say you've got a male bodybuilder, okay, who's perfectly healthy and everything, and they need to have leg development. Yes, squats are going to be an integral part of the leg development because it is one of the biggest exercises that recruits your quads significantly. It doesn't recruit glutes and hamstrings nowhere near as much as a lot of people have actually believe and a lot of people have been led to believe in the past. But when it comes to sort of a male bodybuilders or say female figure athletes or physique athletes or women who need significant quad development them, yes, squats is still arguably one of the best exercise. I mean, biomechanically permitting and injury permitting and all things being equal, without a doubt, it's one of the best exercises. But having said that, you can't apply the same paradigm to say a female bikini competitor.
Right.
Let's say, so because I work with different clients, some of my clients, I work with clients who from bikini competitors who are on stage sometimes barely 45 kilos or 100 pounds to the guys who actually get on stage at 100, 105 kilos. So there's a vast majority of people that I train and in between everyone. So let's say if I've got a bikini competitor and she's already quad dominant, there are a lot of girls, a lot of women who already have they already have enough quad size, and you often hear them like, look, I don't want my quads to grow, I want my glutes to grow. So, and if anyone has any idea about how the competitive world works and how women's minds work and what women's goals are. By and large, you'll find 90% of the women or 95% of the women will tell you, look, I want to tone the back of my legs, I want to get rid of the cellulite, I want my glutes, my butt to get bigger,
yeah.
and I don't want my legs to get any bigger. So if you start using squats for them, and especially I'm not talking about sumo squats, I'm talking about the simple conventional deep squats with that in the parallel stance. So then for them, squats is not the best exercise, because it's not the best exercise for glute development.
Okay.
So it's going to sort of, you're going to keep end up getting sore, and you going to keep hitting your quads a lot more. So if you're one of those females who are going to be competing in bikini category, or you already have enough quad development, then squats is not the ideal exercise for you. For you, in that instance, is you need other glute building exercises, things like glute bridges and hip thrusts and band work, and maybe sumo kettlebell squats, and maybe rope pull-throughs with the cables and the band exercises and so forth. I'm not saying that you don't do squats, but you have to really, it can't be the major chunk of your training. So to qualify that statement, so to the viewers, so by that regard, to me, it's not the king of the exercises for everyone. If you're a male bodybuilder, yes, but if you're a female who already has enough significant quad development, yes, you can do for strength purposes between you can keep the reps below 6, but once you start, I always tell people, one of the best ways to actually determine what areas the exercise works is you pick that exercise, you go to the gym and just do that exercise alone that day. Don't do any of the exercise to see which areas are sore. So let's say you walk into the gym and you did 20 sets of squats, right? And you've been training for a while, you've been training for 2-3 months, and I'm not saying like you're a novice lifter, but if you've been lifting in your body's condition, you've done your GPP, general preparation phase, you've been through that, you go to the gym, do 15-20 sets of squats, deep conventional squats, go over and see where you pull up the next day. That's your answer. Those are the muscles you've just worked. Like, say, by that instance, so if you take an example, you take two people, one person's done 20 sets of squats and the other person's done 20 sets of hip thrusts, well, you'll get your answer the next day or the day after. The person who's done 20, I just trained a male bodybuilder yesterday. He had never, and this guy is going to be on stage at 85, 90 kilos. He had never done hip thrusts in his life. And he's messaged me today and he's going, my ass has never been that sore. So then he squats nearly 200 kilos all the way down, right? Okay. And we only did hip thrusts with 100, 110 kilos. So
is it the same guy who was doing the hamstring curls with you?
Yeah. So there's your answer for that. So hopefully that sort of the video is a great medium because it gives you opportunity to.
Yeah, I think it's just like training dogma that exists that say that for the booty you need to squat, and it's myths like that just run around that just make people want to believe in an exercise without really looking into the science behind it, right?
So see, my thing is I'll try to back everything with science as much as I can, but I'll also bring my practical experience. So what I like to, the way I like to sort of pitch my business, I try to bridge the gap between science and application. So I try to bring science and application as close as possible. So and scientifically, and research just doesn't back it. All the research, and as I said, forget research. If you do a simple test that I've given you, the simple experiment is pick any exercise. Pick, like, say, tricep pullovers, or bench press. Any exercise. Just do one exercise. If you people say, I'm doing lat pull down, what area does it work? Here's a simple thing. Go and do 15 sets of closed grip lat pull down and see where you pull up next day. Well, there's your answer. Those are the areas that you just worked. Simplest test you can ever do.
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Thanks for that insight. It's really fascinating. So hope you guys enjoyed that. To find more of Harry and follow his work, don't forget to like his Facebook page, Team Boss Bodybuilding, and if you're interested in personal training and online coaching, do follow him as well. That is all from me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't, your girl, stay strong.